Thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days. What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, 60%? Gasoline, 55%? I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang. But we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1%? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting. Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in a down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
When the stock market is volatile, how do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, you need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox Business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something that this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. PhilsGang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With PhilsGang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to PhilsGang.com. PhilsGang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of PhilsGang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Now is the time to get long and stay there.
My detector test determined that was a lie.
After the second fabulous day in a row, we have to ask ourselves if this rally could have some real legs. That's a lot of nuts!
Yeah. Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Do you see where they're setting up? They're asking to set up, these guys in Wall Street asking to set up an ETF. So whatever Kramer says to purchase, you can have an ETF to go against Kramer's picks. I'm not lying, it's true. Steve brought that into me today. There's an article about it. Anyways, welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. Hey, so much for that Bank of England pivot. Unbelievable. I told you. We were going to have a snapback. And when we got to that June 17th, it was obvious we're going to have a snapback. And I wanted a snapback because when you have these snapbacks, you have these terrific sell-offs, big velocity on the way down. So that snapback, or this deal with the Bank of England, this pivot, and the fake business news network started telling everybody, well, then our Fed's going to have to do the same thing. Powell's going to have to do the same thing, bring interest rates back to zero. No, he can't. And let me tell you something about this Bank of England. I told you this before, and I don't think anybody caught it. This isn't the first time the Bank of England has worked with our Fed. The Bank of England, okay, and their central bank and our central bank always work together. Okay, they always try to prop each other up. Okay, they're both gangsters. Now, most people don't know this, but the same thing happened back in 1929. Our Fed, our central bank, the Federal Reserve, purposely kept rates low to help the Bank of England and their central banks to, they wanted stocks to rally. They wanted stocks to, because remember, going into 29, stocks started to sell off. Well, they wanted to create this big rally going to 1929, and they did. And it was us at that time. We helped them out. Our central bank helped out the central banks of England. And what happened was, by lowering rates back then, right before 1929, right before the crash, caused stocks to explode. Stocks to blow, again, without earnings. Exactly what we are doing here. All artificial. And that's what contributed to, or not all of it, but had some contribution in the 1929 crash. Now, the Bank of England, like this week, they were trying to help our central bank, our Federal Reserve, to our president, to help rally the market going into the election. It was so obvious. As I said, how on earth, why is it just 4 weeks before the election, and all of a sudden the Bank of England comes up with this lie, this story? What got me is when they said it was because the pension funds are in trouble because they're raising rates, because all pension funds borrow when there's zero rates, right? They borrow tons of money, like utilities, they borrow tons of money. And now they're in trouble because they're raising rates. And as I said to you then, it didn't make any sense to me. Because if you take, as I said, 2015, you go to 2018, my God, the rates were much more aggressive. I mean, they're raising rates, 1.25%, 1.5%. Not 25%, not 50, not 75. 75 was a small rate. That's going back then. So why didn't these pensions have trouble? So it's obvious, and I told you that it was going to fail. It was obvious. It was a hoax, and it is a hoax. You know, at some point, I'm getting so sick of this. At some point, everybody, all the Dems always blame Trump for everything. And if you hate him or not, just not fair. At some point, these Dems need to own inflation. They owe it. I mean, they own it. They own it. My God. I mean, years and years of massive spending and pandering for votes. I'll give you this, you vote for me, and I'll give you that, you vote for me. Years and years. This bill has come due. This bill has come due, and that's what this is. And they got to stand up and own it and admit to it. You see, here's the problem. They won't do that, so they can't fix it. If you can't say, hey, this is my problem, I created it, it's screwed up, I caused all this, I got to fix it. Well, how do you begin to fix it? All they do is give you jibber jabber. That's all. They jibber jabber. They never fix anything. It's just like the border, right? Never fix it. It's unbelievable. So think about this. Our national debt is $31 trillion. Let's put that in perspective. It was $6 trillion in the year 2000 and $14 trillion in 2010. What are you, nuts? We're at $31 trillion now. How do you go from $6 trillion in 2000 to $31 trillion? Give me a break. In 2022, that's insane. But here's what another thing people don't understand. All these rate hikes, I think we had from Powell, I think we had, we had about what? How many rate hikes, Willie? I think it was about, I don't know, I think it was around, in 22, was it 5, 6 rate hikes? 6 rate hikes. Yeah, and not one of them was 1.25% or 1.50. They were all 25, 50, the most was 75. So again, the Dems need to own up to this, and they need to fix it. And the problem is, every time you raise a rate, it takes 12 to 18 months before that rate affects anything. See, so things will get worse. That's why I had to laugh at this Bank of England, because you raise a rate, when you get into the system, before you see some relief from inflation, it takes 12 months minimum. So all of these rates in 2022, they haven't even taken effect. They haven't. I mean, it's just, so that's why, again, if you put everything in perspective, there's only one way for this market to go down, keep going down. This market since 2008 is one big bubble. That's all it's been. That's all it's been. And after that 2008 crash, Bernanke introduced that QE of zero rates, the worst thing they could have done. Why? To benefit the asset class that put Obama, Biden into the White House. Obama then created more debt than all the other 43 presidents combined, created massive inflation. He wanted to expand the welfare state, not jobs, the welfare state. He created more debt than all the other 43 presidents combined. He expanded the welfare state much larger than any other president. But here's what is really bad. What did he ignore? Obama, Biden. What did they ignore in their presidency that all the 43 previous presidents didn't ignore? What do you think that is? Well, remember, these previous presidents feared something more than inflation. I'll tell you what that is when I get back. And he didn't care about it. Obama didn't care. Bernanke didn't care. Biden didn't care. Unbelievable. Now we're paying for it. Be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. The presidents, the 42 or 43 presidents prior to Obama, they were worried about one. They all were asked, what were you worried about the most? And they all said the same thing. They feared inflation the most because they knew it would destroy our economy, but our national security, and it could destroy our republic. That's how serious. Now think about these Democrats and Obama and all the money they're spending. I mean, my God. It's just incredible. Now, here's another problem why this market can't rally, why we're going to hit. I believe we're going to hit, and I said this to my gang members, I'll tell you the truth. I said, I think we're going to hit, my target is the market's going to go down to about 3,200 on the S&P. Because there's another big problem. Besides inflation, and besides the bond market getting crushed, it's going to continue to get crushed. And when you get the bond market crushed, remember, yields keep going up. But look at the yields we hit today on the 10-year Treasury. We went over 400 again on the points on the Treasury. Earlier this week, when those 2 days we had that big spike, we had that what we call a snapback. Remember I told you that snapback was only all that was all the shorts taking their profits. All the shorts taking their profits. But just think about it. They ignored totally inflation. They ignored the fear that the 43 presidents previous to Obama, they just ignored it. Didn't matter. They didn't care. And that's why, as I said, the bill's coming due. They can blame anybody else, but it's their fault. The spending is insane. And that's the only way you're going to stop this, because it takes too long for the interest rates to kick in, 12 to 18 months. You got to stop. If you want to save this economy, save your 401k, save your pension, save your home, they got to stop spending. But they don't know how. They're addicted to it. It's not their money, that's why. I mean, think of the liquidity they printed, for God's sakes. It was crazy. On March 11th, 2021, they printed liquidity for the American Rescue Plan, the Child Tax Credit, the new budget, the American Family Plan, the Infrastructure Plan, And then at the same time, they went and shut down the XL pipeline. They shut down Anwar in Alaska. We were getting 2 million barrels a day. Now our gasoline's going up. They approved Nord Stream 2 pipeline for the Russians. Are you kidding? And by the time the Russians entered into Ukraine, going over to the border, we went from gasoline at $2.84 to $5.01. Who else do you blame? Oh, I know. I get it. You blame the dog, I guess. And it just is insane. Okay, so what do we do? Well, first of all, right now, you got to look for stocks that have relative strength, that are not going down with the market. You got to look for stocks that what we call are basing stocks that got hit at least 50, 60, 72%. And you got to look at those stocks. You got to catch them when they're basing, so that when there's another rally, those are the stocks you got to be in. You got to be in stocks that didn't go down with this market. You got to be in stocks that start basing. Those are stocks like Nike that went down 62 or 72%. And then as they start going down again, all of a sudden they don't go down anymore. And so every time there's a down day like this and the stock doesn't go down, that means the selling is going, and that's the one you watch. So there's another snapback, another short-covering rally. You can make a lot of money on them. And I just provided a whole list for my gang members this week of stocks that they're perfect for that, especially Nike. I think Nike was down either 60 or 72%. So that's a good, those could be big money makers. So again, you got to remember, this whole stock market was built on fraud, on QE. You can't keep just printing money and buying treasuries and to drop interest rates down to zero, for God's sakes. And they just won't stop. They stopped, think about this, they stopped in 2021. 2020, so they went from 2008 to 2021. Can you imagine that? That's insane. And as I said, the only person who saw this inflation, remember, Obama, Bernanke, and Biden created all this inflation from 2008 right up to the day he left office. And she, in 2014, right before he left, she discovered the inflation, said, this is crazy. We're going to get clobbered. So we got to start fighting inflation. And they are fighting her. But she wasn't raising it. She started to raise 25 basis points, 50 basis points, 75. And then that was in 2015. 2016, 17 or 75 basis points. 2017, 75. Then 1 full point, 100 a quarter, 150. That was aggressive. Then Powell comes in and he starts raising 175, 2%, 2.25%, 250. And then Powell, between 2019 and 2020, he decides they want him to start dropping rates again. That was the biggest mistake of all. He started to lower rates again. And that's what killed this economy. So you can't think about it. You can't be sitting there and you're in 2015 and 2016, right? And even in 2018, keep raising rates, then you stop dead. And now you start lowering rates 2019 3 times, 2020 another 7 times. You understand what a mess this is? So how do you make money in this market? Easy. Got to learn how to short. You got to learn how to short. And on days like today, you got to identify the stocks that aren't going down. Those stocks are called relative strength stocks. You put those together, those are the ones you buy the next day the market turns around. We're going to talk a lot more about investing when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
PGRS.com is not the only way you can stay in touch with what we do throughout the day. With today's social media, you can stay up to date with Phil's Gang current events. You can find Phil's Gang on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and more. Phil's Gang Radio Show is broadcast live Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Periscope, and, of course, YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Go to philsgang.com and find our social media buttons at the top left-hand corner of the site. philsgang.com and Phil's Gang Social Media, keeping you connected.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grandy can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Now, listen to this. Listen to these cuts I'm going to play for you. They're telling you, well, here, let me play them. This is unbelievable, okay?
You know, this could be the start of a pretty decent size end of year rally.
Right now, there's nothing that looks recessionary in the data that we're seeing at the moment.
We are supposedly slowing down. We're supposedly in a recession.
But you don't see it.
Nowhere. Nowhere do I see it.
Right. That's a lot of nuts!
I guess it is a lot of nuts. That's their job, to keep you buying so they can get out. That's their job. Now let's talk about the headwind. For the past 5 years, global debt has increased 50 trillion. But catch this. For the past 5 years, our debt, U.S. debt, has increased 11 trillion. We're now at 31 trillion. That would be as if each person went out and spent each American went out and spent $96,000. $96,000. I mean, this is insane. Government borrowing now $5 billion a day, or printing $5 billion a day, because they're doing so much printing that the inflation is getting worse, and the net worth of our country is a negative 20 trillion. Our income, okay, from income against our expenses, the United States, if it was a business, we're losing 1.2 trillion. Now, we got messages. We have messages from the market. Look how long the yield curves have been inverted. But this is what you hear. This is what you hear, though, instead.
We are supposedly slowing down. We're supposedly in a recession.
But you don't see it.
Nowhere.
What do you think an inverted yield curve tells you? You're going into a recession or you are in a recession. But see, they lie. They do this all to their advantage, not yours. The small investor, you're screwed. Unbelievable. Spikes. We've had spikes in both the yields and the dollar. What do you think that does? That causes an economic crisis that turns into a crash. We have had tremendous spikes in the dollar, tremendous spikes in the yield, and that's why we're going to have an economic crisis, why we're in the middle of an economic crisis, why our worry now has switched from inflation to a bigger problem, financial stability. We don't have any. We have instability. It's unbelievable. Bond yields are so high, it's causing now credit to melt down. That's when you get in real trouble. When you, all of a sudden, your credit, that's what happened in 2008, when your credit starts shrinking and everybody pulls in the credit. Remember, this whole world is on credit. Remember, I talked about this yesterday. If we got rid of the credit cards, we'd be in great shape. Everybody should go back to, if you're going to buy something, you go to work and pay for it with cash. What's destroyed our country, okay, is credit. And that's why you no longer can buy a stock looking at fundamentals. That's why when you listen to all these fools, right, like Kramer.
After the second fabulous day in a row, we have to ask ourselves if this rally could have some real legs.
Anybody with a brain knows this rally didn't have legs. It's a short covering rally. Kramer knew it didn't have legs. All the guys on CNBC and Fox that told you it did and start buying on the dip, they knew it didn't have legs. But their job is to get you to buy. Because by getting you to buy, the market shoots up. You know what they used that market for those 2 days? Ask my members. All my gang members, I said to them, sell into this rally. That was on Monday and Tuesday. Remember the 700 points, 800 points? Because that gives the big boys an opportunity to cash in and get more liquid to trade more stocks. Do you think professionals would go in and buy this stuff? Are you nuts? Go take a look at the volume. I pointed out the volume to my members. Volume is so important. You look at the volume when the market rallied from March of 2020 after we had that crash, that 31% crash, and you look how the market rallied from end of March up to March 2020 to November 2021. Went up 123%. Tremendous rally. And buyers. I mean, the volume was incredible. But we don't have that volume. Why? We have no buyers. I told everybody when these two rallies hit on Monday, I said, there's no buyers here. And I said, take a look at the last 4 days. We got more sellers than buyers. And I was right. And we were ahead of all this. You've got to be ahead of it. But if you sit there all day looking at the bug that's on TV or on your chart, oh, the Dow now is down 710 points. What's that mean? That's behind you. That's behind you. You got to look forward. You got to anticipate. And as they say, the bill has come due for these spenders. And who's been doing the spending? Who controls the White House? Who controls Congress? They control it. Who controls the Federal Reserve? And all they do is spend, spend, spend. Because you know why? The people in Congress are so wealthy. And the owners of the Federal Reserve are so wealthy, they want all kinds of inflation. And our government, our congressmen, they want tremendous inflation. Because that way you can get the debt down that we owe to our six lenders. We have right now $109 billion trade deficit, $436 billion, in interest costs on our debt. It's going to go up to $600 billion. Now it's at $31 trillion. We have a record $15 trillion in corporate debt. Watch these earnings. They're going to lie like hell. Everybody's going to beat their estimates. They always do. I always tell my members, let's buy the spiders when the market opens. I mean, when they start reporting the banks. Because the banks always start out first, and they always beat their estimates, right? And then after that, everybody beats their estimates. And all of a sudden, it starts rallying and rallying and rallying until you get through about 2 weeks. It's like free money. It always works, always works. But this time, it may not work. Maybe people are smart enough this time not to fall into that trap of, hey, we beat the estimates by 1 penny. We beat the estimates by 1 penny. When they are the ones who set their own estimates. Look, St. Jude needs help. St. Jude needs help. Send them some money. They have a program where you send them $15, a month. If you don't want to send the $15 a month, that's okay. Send $1, send $5. I'll reach out and help you to make money, and then you can reach back and help them. I mean, are you kidding? They need help. And when you think about it, whenever time you get $5, $10, you're giving a child a chance to live. You give a child a chance to live. My son was one of those kids who lived. So just if you could just help. So why don't you come to our gang for 10 days? Learn how to invest properly. Learn how to buy a stock. When to buy that stock. How do you know that stock is ready to buy? Oh, you're going to listen to these people? You're going to listen to people on CNBC? That's the one you're listening to? Or MSNBC? Or Fox Business? You're never going to make any money. You're not going to make any money. So right now, if you take a look at all the stocks, why is it that we were probably the only ones that were in oil? Why were we? Because we anticipate. Whether you're in business of selling ski hats or you're in the business of selling baseball bats, you don't survive your business unless you can anticipate. Unless you can anticipate what's going to be the next move. And that's the difference between people who stay in business and the people who go out of business. There's so many small businesses that go broke. It's unbelievable. Every year they go out of business. Incredible, the number, because they don't know how to anticipate. They don't know how to anticipate. It's the same thing with investing in stocks. All you have to know how to do is anticipate. And how do you do that? You use the bond market. If you know how to read the bond market, you'll always know the direction the market's going to go. Join my gang for 10 days free. Why don't you at least learn that? So you don't ever have to ask anybody else, what do you think the market's going to do? Want to know how to read the bond market? You never have to ask that question.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color-coded technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Now, we're back to Phil Grandy and Phil's Gang. Check out the free 10-day trial that gives you full access to the Phil's Gang website with the Working Investor Plan. Learn more at philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Now, remember, I used to do my YouTube channel on Friday nights and do a recap. But because of the situation this economy is and this market is in, I'm doing it as often, okay, as I can. Yesterday, I think I did 2 or 3. I did 3 alerts. So make sure you go to my YouTube channel. It's free, where I give updates on what I think the market's going to do and why. I haven't been wrong yet. So, you should check it out. And then again, if you want to become a gang member, gang member, try it for 10 days. It's free. Okay, so a couple reasons, more than a couple, but these two reasons are why this economy, is going to go to hell, and why I believe the S&P, my target, is going to go down to 3,200 from where it is right now. And that's why we're focusing on shorting. Now, let's think about this for a moment. When Biden became president, he didn't say, I'm going to have the most talent in my administration. He didn't say that. He didn't say, I'm going to hire regardless of race or gender, religion or sexual, or if a guy's a man or girl or whatever. He said, he should have said, I'm going to hire talent, just like a CEO of a company. He is CEO of the largest company in the world, and he decides to hire based on sex, based on race, religion, gender. Unbelievable. And so here's a great example. He has these people that he hired. Take like Buttigieg. He set him up to fail. Take Jennifer Granholm, who's the head of the Department of Energy. Set her up to fail. Buttigieg, he was a failed mayor. But because he was on the stage with Biden competing with him, he selects him to run the Department of Transportation, 60,000 employees, compared to his little town of South Bend, Indiana, 3,000 employees with a budget of $380 million. Do you know the Transportation Department, 60,000 employees? You know what their budget is? $88 billion. He couldn't run. He failed running a $380 million, but Biden gives him the job to run a budget of $88 billion. He couldn't manage 3,000 employees. Now he gave him 60,000 to manage. Do you understand the problem we have with these stupid politicians like Biden? He doesn't care about us. He cares about the party. It's the same thing with the Republicans. They care about the party. So he put people around him that would prop him up in the party. He didn't care about the interest or the inflation you're going to be paying. He didn't care that Buttigieg would never be able to fill our shelves again. He can't transport anything. He can't find his way from the White House to his apartment. Are you kidding? Guy's an idiot. And then you take our energy department, Granholm. She was a failed governor, terrible governor. But take care of our oil, our energy, be in charge of that? See, people don't think about that. That's another reason you got to learn how to sell short the market. And then when the market's going down, you got to understand which stocks aren't going down. They have what we call relative strength, so you prepare to buy those. That's how you diversify. You don't diversify going into the bond market. They would say go to the bond market or buy stocks that are defensive stocks like Coca-Cola or whatever. Clorox. No. That's not diversification. That's suicide. You want diversification, you want to sell short. This is insane. So we got so much going against us right now. I mean, he's got these people that he surrounded himself, and they should be upset. They should be upset that they were set up to fail. Terrible thing. Now, the other problem is if someone doesn't stop spending, someone's got to stop spending. Someone's got to get in there. These Democrats say, no more spending. That's what's killing us is the spending. You can't just keep printing money and spend, but that's what they do. So if you want to be a successful investor, what you have to do is just understand that just shut all that out. Shut all that out. Because the stock market only reflects. Now, it doesn't reflect the economy. It doesn't reflect the economy. It reflects the flow of money. You have professionals, you have hedge funds, you have insurance companies, pension funds that have to invest. They no longer buy a stock because it has good earnings. They don't care about the earnings. Where's the money going? And that's what you got to learn how to do, is follow the money when it goes in. And here's the important one, follow the money when it comes out. And if you have the right tools like we do, it makes it so easy. Your children could do it. But you got to change something. And I'm going to make a deal with you. I'm going to reach out to you and tell you, look, if you make money, and you will, if you make money with us, okay, whether the market's going to go down or up, you're going to be making money with us. I mean, we have the best education program in investing in stocks, I think, in the country. I don't think there's anybody in the country can match. If anybody's looking to, I really want to get educated in how to invest in stocks. I'm tired of losing money. There's got to be another option. There's got to be another option between my broker that made me broker or the 401k. There's got to be another option. I'm giving you that option. My staff is giving you that option. So I reach out to you, say, why don't you come to the best stock market education in the world, okay, for 10 days. And then with that education, if you decide not to stay with us, then if you make a little bit of money, just send it to St. Jude. Send it to them directly. Don't even send it to us. Send it to them directly, okay, because they need the help. All right. So the stocks that we've been doing really well with has been our oil stocks, our gold stocks, okay? And you got to remember, the bond market is what's going to help you. When you and I went through this yesterday with all my students again, trying to show them, if you take the bond market, if you take the symbol TLT, okay, TLT, just look at TLT. And I got up my chart now, and TLT reflects the bond market. And why TLT is going down? Because if you bought bonds, you know how your broker said, let's diversify. We're going to put you 60% in bonds, and we're going to put you into 40% into stocks. Well, if you're in bonds, you've been losing your butt. So when bonds go down, what happens? It's real simple. Yields go up. Interest rates go up. The problem is with your planners and brokers, they don't take time with you unless you got $2 million with them. You got to make sure you're in the stocks, okay, that work with higher yields. If the yields are going down, okay, if the bond market's going down, the yields are going up, you got to make sure you're in the stocks that work with high interest rates, vice versa. If bonds start going up, okay, and the yields start coming down, you want to be in those stocks that work well with less interest. That's our job here, to show you that. And once you learn how to read the bond market, it's so easy. It's simple. The other day when they lied about they lied about the Bank of England with that pension story, and it went from 100, the bond, the 20-year Treasury went from $100.80, and it shot up to 104. And when it shot up to 104.66, the market went up 700 points, 800 points. Unbelievable. You know what that was? People who were shorting the market made a ton of money. Now they're going to buy that stock to cash in. And when you buy this stock, it goes up. So people think the market's going up because everybody's jumping in. No, when you look at the volume, there was hardly anybody jumping in. That was new money. New money wasn't jumping in. Most of that volume was just people who said, gee, I made 20, 30% shorting it. I'm going to buy that stock now. It's not hard. I'm telling you, join the gang, free for 10 days. You'll learn how to read the bond market, and you'll never have to ask this question, what do you think the market's going to do? You always know what the market's going to do once you get an education on how to read the bond market. So easy. See you on the chart. Join my gang tonight, okay? Over the weekend.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's